All right, then. So let's see what we can do about the headlines in the dailies this morning. We have quite a few papers standing by for us. Edgar's going to be on this today. You know, we've been doing this for quite a bit.
Yeah, like this
now. So yeah. So how's it feeling?
Not bad at all.
The headline's not freaking you out yet, right?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay, all right. Because when you do it every morning, it becomes a thing.
Totally
all right, then. So let's see what we have on the cover of the Daily Times, shall we? We have the Daily Times newspaper with this headline. While I'm on the Daily Times, maybe you can get another paper ready.
Yes, ready.
All right. So the Daily Times this morning, it's Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Affirmative action for women, a necessary corrective measure, says Abbas there. Right at the top of the page, it says, Obasanjo, God-chosen leaders always thrive. Story starting there on the cover and wrapping up on page 10. Right there, the photo story shows the Minister of Labor and Development, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, and Vice President of Nigeria, at the banquet hall Abuja on the National Migration Dialogue in the State House. That was yesterday. Below the photo story here, we have Vice President Shettima praising Nigeria's role in a global economy. It also says here, Wike commends judiciary for resilience, professionalism at annual conference. Opposition triumph in Ghana signposts end of APC's oppressive rule in 2027, says PDP, and FRSC to prosecute passenger for assaulting officers. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Times. So did any headline jump out at you there?
Yes, so VP Shettima praises Nigeria's role in global economy. I mean, it has been an amazing week so far with your economy. I don't know if you heard of the recent increase in Naira and how how the dollar has dropped. And also the president has been traveling to different countries. He was recently in South Africa to have a 5-year agreement, MOU, with South Africa to curb out violence, you know, and then the EFCC are also out there trying to make sure that everything is, you know, about the amount of buildings that they have been able to get. So it's a lot. It's really a lot. The economy is really growing. I know that some people are not patient and they're worried and they're complaining about fuel and all the rest, but in good time, there are signs, there are early signs that things will get better.
And sadly, you know, they say that things sometimes have to, you know, start dipping before they start climbing.
You need to destroy before you elevate.
At this point, let's check out what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust.
All right, but before then...
do you have that?
Let me give the punch.
Oh, okay, the punch.
All right, this is the punch, December 10, 2024.
Okay.
Tuesday, we have the major headline, ACF Atiku orders lampoon presidency over 2027 poll, page 2. And it also says here, Nigeria can vote you out in 2027. Atiku wants presidency. Akume can decide who will contest poll, PDP. Another one here, that is on page 2. Then we have the top left. The top left here is 3,270 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military service, U.S., and that is page 13. Which other one do we have here? Then also we have in page 30, we have defamation. Farutimi gets 50 million naira bail to submit passport, and that is in page 30. So what do you think about this one?
Wow, that's a heavy bail. That's
a
very heavy bail. And of course, that's a story that, because it's already in court, we don't really want to touch on it too much. But submitting passport obviously indicates that, you know, it's assumed that he could be a flight risk at this point. But we're definitely watching.
Yes, but I think my moral lesson here for people who are writers or who are content creators or creatives is you want to be very careful with the kind of words that you use when you're describing certain things. You don't want to just write a book or write an article and feel free just because you have that liberty to say whatever without, you know, being considerate to whoever you're speaking about. There are ways you can use satire to express yourself without directly saying certain words or using certain, giving certain views, basically. So that's one. And then another one that really just caught my eye here is the one on page 13. It says 3,270 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military service. There's so many people right now leaving Nigeria, traveling all the way to the U.S., and, you know, they are joining the military, some with the intention to really fight for a cause, while there are some people that are using this opportunity to say, this is my best opportunity to jackpot.
But you know, that's the thing. Joining the military in the U.S. is not a small thing. It's a big thing. It's a lot of dedication. Their dedication to service and the drills they put them through is on another level. Oof. But then people often just think of the military as, you know, the armed forces. There are also people that work in the admin, as admin staff, medical staff, you know, pilots and the like. So there are many different aspects to the military in the U.S. And that could definitely make up that number.
All right.
Let's see what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust here. We have, on tax reform, Southeast Senate caucus seeks wider consultations. Bills attempt to usurp RMAFC's responsibilities. Now, page 4 has more on that. And then there is a congratulatory post there as the Ijaw monarchs perform 2024 Agada Babu annual purification exercise in Bayelsa. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. All right, I'm going to come back to one of the stories that was on the Punch. On Yuletide, Southeast, South-South airfares. I wanted to touch on that because I saw a number there and it made me do a double take. I saw 287,800 naira for a flight ticket, not business class.
When you start paying anything above 150, it's already business class. That's the way I see it. Once you pay 150 for any flight, it's already business class. I know some weeks ago, you talked about it in the news here.
Yes, I talked about a particular airline.
Yes, and then you said
taking it down to 80,000.
And now they're taking it up.
But, you know, Southeast, South-South, you know, a lot of South-South indigents want to go home for the holidays. And the roads have sadly become a lot less safe in more recent times. It was always deemed less safe than air travel because of the bad roads, potholes, etc., etc. But now because of the risk of banditry and also sadly kidnapping, that all the stories we hear, it's alarming. So going for airfare now, it's now become a question of, do we go home for the holidays or do we just stay put?
I think the advice I always give people is, first of all, try your best to buy your tickets early enough because you are always going to have this every December where the tickets will always go up. And then it's very difficult to get your tickets. So I would always advise, try and buy your tickets on time. And then if you don't have to travel, I don't know what it becomes. It has become a culture in Nigeria where every December you want to go home. It's more like you leave your town or your village and then you come to the city to work. And going home is like that vacation when you get to spend with your family. So I always advise, if you don't have to go home, you don't go home. It is expensive, it isn't safe. And then, you know, it's
the family you want to see over there. And I'm not to say that, you know, seeing family is not okay, it's not fun, it's not great. But the finance you would have spent on the flight ticket, transportation and logistics to get there, just send it to family. And let them enjoy it.
You will still send money when you get there.
It.
Exactly. When you get there, you will still give people to say, oh, how are you doing? This is what I got from the city. Take this 5K, take this 20K, take this 50K.
So if you have gifts for them, courier them. You know, send a courier service to send it home for you. Or get someone locally to make it and deliver it to them in that place.
Exactly.
And send them the money. It's just, is it worth getting on the roads right now?
I mean, there's nothing wrong in, in traveling media. You know, it doesn't always have to be a December theme.
It's a culture, it's a culture.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? We have to head over to the kitchen at this point. We're done with the headlines and the dailies. Thank you so much, Edgar.
Thank you so much.